Welcome to Shadowline News, where truth meets clarity in the heart of Kenya. I'm bringing you breaking developments that matter to every Kenyan household. Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino has today introduced a groundbreaking parliamentary bill designed to revolutionize how young Kenyans access employment opportunities. The proposed legislation promises to dismantle the barriers that have kept an entire generation locked out of meaningful careers. The timing of this bill couldn't be more critical as Kenya grapples with youth unemployment rates that have reached alarming proportions. Owino's proposal comes at a moment when thousands of university graduates are struggling to find their first jobs, despite possessing the qualifications that should open doors. If you're finding value in this analysis, hit that subscribe button right now, because we're about to dive deeper into what this means for Kenya's economic future. Your subscription helps us continue bringing you the stories that shape our nation. The bill's central premise challenges the current hiring practices that favor experience over potential. Under the proposed framework, employers would be incentivized to create entry-level positions specifically designed for recent graduates and young professionals seeking their first career opportunities. What makes this legislation particularly significant is its recognition that Kenya's youth unemployment crisis isn't just about lack of jobs, but about structural barriers within the hiring process itself. Many young Kenyans find themselves trapped in the classic catch-22. They need experience to get hired, but they need to be hired to gain experience. Owino's proposal includes provisions for tax incentives to companies that demonstrate measurable commitments to youth employment. This carrot-and-stick approach could transform how businesses view young talent, shifting from seeing them as risky investments to recognizing them as valuable assets deserving of development. The bill also addresses the issue of unpaid internships, which have become a concerning trend across various industries. Under the proposed legislation, internships exceeding 3 months would be required to provide stipends, ensuring that young people aren't exploited while gaining necessary work experience. Don't forget to ring that notification bell while we're discussing these crucial developments, because employment policy changes like these can dramatically impact your career trajectory, and you'll want to stay updated on every development. Critics might argue that mandating youth employment could burden businesses, particularly small and medium enterprises, already struggling with economic pressures. However, supporters of the bill contend that investing in young talent today creates the skilled workforce Kenya needs for tomorrow's challenges. The proposed legislation comes at a time when Kenya's demographic dividend prevents both unprecedented opportunities and significant challenges. With over 70% of the population under 35, the country's economic future depends largely on how effectively it can harness this youthful energy. International examples from countries like South Korea and Rwanda demonstrate that strategic youth employment policies can accelerate economic growth while reducing social tensions. Kenya has the opportunity to learn from these success stories while developing uniquely Kenyan solutions. The bill's journey through Parliament will likely face intense scrutiny from various stakeholders. Business lobbies may express concerns about implementation costs, while civil society organizations will push for stronger enforcement mechanisms to ensure the legislation achieves its intended impact. What remains unclear is how the proposed law would address the informal sector, where many young Kenyans currently find employment. The sector employs millions, but often lacks the structure necessary to implement formal youth employment programs. The timing of Owino's announcement also raises questions about political motivations, as various leaders position themselves ahead of future electoral cycles. However, regardless of political calculations, the substance of the proposal deserves serious consideration given the magnitude of Kenya's youth employment challenge. From Shadowline News, where every story matters and every voice counts, this has been your comprehensive analysis of today's most significant parliamentary development. Keep engaging with us in the comments below. Share this video with fellow Kenyans who need to understand these crucial policy changes. And remember to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of the stories shaping our nation's future.